swelling, headache or a rash, asthma, colitis, fatigue, or gas. What will today's symptom be? My loopy life with lupus. Hi guys. So I'm here today as my voice cracks and starts to go on me. I'm here to do a health update video. I haven't done one of these in quite a while and thought for the lupus segment of my channel, I would kind of give an overall health update. So let's get started. So the first thing was, I can't remember when it was now that I last went to the lupus clinic. It's probably been, well, I'm not going back to the lupus clinic until end of July. So that would be, I think I went in April to the lupus clinic. So when I went, they just were basically going over everything again, because as I've mentioned before, with the lupus clinic, you always see a fellow doctor first. So it was a new fellow doctor this time that I had never seen before, which happens a lot. And so therefore you have to basically go over your entire history again. And that is like the frustrating part of going to the lupus clinic, because it was just like, it just gets tiring having to repeat it over and over again. And came to realize that they had some things written in my file incorrectly. So got that all corrected and sorted out. Like, I can't remember exactly what it was that was wrong, but there was some details about my health history that were completely wrong. Like, I think the dates that they happened and just what happened. It was just really frustrating. So they were asking if I had talked to my GI doctor about coming off of the Entacort, and I let them know that the doctor gave me the okay to slowly taper down on it, kind of like at my own comfort level. And so basically I told them I got down to 3 milligrams a day, which is only one tablet versus the 3 that I was on. And I'm like, but the problem is when I get to that dose, to the 3 milligrams, then I start getting the diarrhea again. Because if you guys don't know, the Entacort's treating my colitis. It's lymphocytic colitis that I have, which is pretty much autoimmune, which is pretty much linked to lupus. And so basically that just means that lupus is attacking my GI system. So anyways, I just told them that my GI doctor had said when that happens that I can maybe take over-the-counter Imodium, and that seems to kind of help for a few days. But I kind of feel like it's not putting me into remission when they're trying to take me off of the steroids so fast. I mean, I want to be off the steroids. I really want to be off the steroids, but I also don't want to have to constantly be worried if I'm near a bathroom, if I can make it to the bathroom when it hits me. And so it's like, you know, years ago when I had this, I, you know, stayed on the high dose for quite a while. Like, I think it was at least a year before he started weaning me down. And then eventually I was able to come off of it, and I was in remission for quite a few years. So I feel like they've just taken me down on it so quickly. And so I'm still dealing with like diarrhea and stuff, which is just so much fun. So they suggested that since it's been years of me being in remission from the lymphocytic colitis, like that I was originally diagnosed with, they are thinking I should probably get another endoscopy and a colonoscopy done again to confirm that it is the same kind of colitis again. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't really want to have that done, but if it needs to be done, I'll do it. So they want me to talk to my GI doctor about that the next time I see him, and I think I see him in July. Okay, so that was kind of what happened with that. Then they also were saying that they had not received any notes from my respirologist about my lung problems. They were like, has your lung specialist linked your lung problems to lupus? And I said, yes, we discussed this like at the last appointment or 2 appointments ago, that she felt it was lupus related. Oh my gosh, my arm right here is hurting from holding this camera. I wish I had brought my tripod. I'm filming this at work, by the way, and he's napping. Okay, I'm gonna hold my arm like that. That helps. Okay, so I'm gonna look weird, but whatever. So I was like, okay, well, I thought that she had been forwarding everything to you, but I guess she wasn't. So I had to fill out paperwork to request and give my consent for all of my files from her to be sent to Lupus Clinic. So that's that. What else can I say? Oh, right. So I got my sleep study results finally. And they were pretty good. She told me that I reached all of the, I guess, like the different levels of sleep or whatever. I did, you know, go through all the stages of sleep, which is good. The test did show that I have very, and I mean very mild sleep apnea, to the point where she's like, it's really entirely up to you if you want a CPAP or not. She's like, you really don't, like, it's not like urgent that you have it. It's not like you have to have it. She's like, it's really up to you because it's like very, very, very mild. So like, she said the amount of times that I stopped breathing were not all that much more than what a normal person does. Like, apparently everyone stops breathing a few times a night. Every single person. That's what she told me. But she said it's like, if it gets beyond what's considered normal, then that's where it's sleep apnea. But I wasn't like very high over the norm. So, I'm kind of sitting with it for now. I'm going to try some other things that she suggested, to try to help me sleep better. So like, I know I've known for some time I have to do this. I have to get on a sleep schedule. I'm so bad. Like, I've always been a night owl, and even more so now since I've been sick, because like pain will keep me awake at night sometimes, or just like stress or whatever. And so like, my sleep is all scattered. But I'm really, really going to try, I think starting this week, I'm really going to try to like go to bed at the same time and get up at the same time every day. It's going to be hard because I'm not used to that, but that's like a step in the right direction. And she just said to really give that a try, see how it works. But if, you know, if after a few months I'm finding that it's not really getting better, that I still am not feeling rested in the morning, you know, and I might want to consider having a CPAP, I could do that. So I don't know, like but it's very mild. So I'll see what happens with that. It's kind of like my call, really. What else? Oh, okay. So I saw my respirologist last week. I think I told you guys about it in one of my doll videos where I like waited for over 2 hours because her receptionist forgot to give her my file and let her know that I was there. And the way that the office is, because it's in a hospital, the way that their office is, the waiting room is not in the office. The waiting room is next door in a completely separate room. So it's not like the receptionist could see me or anything. And she forgot to give her my folder. Now, when I had arrived, she had told me that the doctor was a bit behind, so it would be a bit of a wait. So that's why I didn't really like get up and ask what was taking so long. I just assumed she was really behind. But funny enough, I was about to get up and say like, okay, it's been over 2 hours now. How much longer? And it was literally at that moment that my doctor walked in, and so she felt really bad. She apologized. She's like, I'm so sorry. She's like, the receptionist didn't give me her file. I had even gone in and asked her if there was anyone else to see. Excuse me. And she told me no. It was a big thing. So anyways, but the positive side of that visit is that my breathing test results had improved. So the steroid inhaler that I'm taking is obviously helping. And originally when she prescribed it, she had prescribed it for 2 months. Oh, my nose is really itchy. I think I have seasonal allergies too. So my nose has been really itchy lately because there's weeds outside everywhere, because you're not allowed to use weed killer anymore. So there's just weeds everywhere. But yeah, so I was supposed to stop the inhaler this week. It would have been 2 months tomorrow, or actually 2 months today when you guys watch this. So, but she told me she wants me to stay on it a little bit longer, because she's like, your breathing tests really improved. And she goes, I don't want to like cut it off too soon. I want to like keep things under control. So she wants me to stay on it at least until I see her the next time, which will be in, I think towards the end of summer, I believe, somewhere around September, October. So yay, more steroids. Yeah, so I'm on the steroid inhaler, and the Entacort is also a steroid. Yeah, good times. But I'm just glad that my breathing test results are better, and I have noticed that my breathing is a little bit better. I still get short of breath, but it's not as severe and it's not as frequent. Okay, so the next item on my list here, what else do I have to update you guys on? I saw my thyroid doctor this month because I realized that it had been 2 years since I saw him. I thought it was a year, and I thought, oh, you know, I see him once a year. Then I realized it had been 2 years. So somehow I lost track and forgot to make an appointment with him last year. And I think it was because like my family doctor was kind of following my thyroid anytime I was seeing him. So I guess it just didn't like dawn on me to see my endocrinologist. So I went to see him, and I had blood work done before I saw him. And surprisingly, my thyroid is still fine. Like it's in a normal range. Although he said, I forget if he had said it was a little on the high or on the low. But basically, he did tweak my dose of medication just ever so slightly. I was on 0.150 milligrams, and now I'm on 0.137. And he thinks that that should kind of keep me at a good level. So I go back and see him in, I think it's October or November, to kind of follow up with that. I will be seeing my cardiologist this month, or no, sorry, I'll be seeing my cardiologist next month, but I will be getting my Holter heart monitor this month, at the end of this month, or I think it's like the second last week of June that I'm getting it done. Now, I'm not looking forward to that. It's been 2 years since I last had one, and I used to get them annually, so it was kind of a nice break to not have one for 2 years. Guys, I hate the Holter heart monitors because I am highly allergic to the Holter leads. Like, for the longest time, I couldn't understand what it was, and like each time I had to get a Holter heart monitor, it got worse and worse, the reaction, because like when you're allergic to something, each time you're exposed to it, your reaction is worse, right? So it got to the point that it was actually blistering my skin and causing open wounds. And so they have now switched to, when I go to see them, they use baby or children's Holter leads that are apparently hypoallergenic. And it's great. I no longer get the allergic reactions, thankfully, but the problem now is that those kind of Holter leads that are for like babies and kids or whatever, the adhesive isn't as strong on them. And so with me, you know, like moving around during my day-to-day activities, they just start falling off within like 24 hours. And I'm supposed to wear it for 48 hours. And the last 2 times that I had it done, I just pulled it off like a little over 24 hours later because they were just falling off. And I kept trying to tape them back on with like, you know, bandage tape or whatever that we had at home, but it didn't matter. They just kept falling off. So I was like, I'm tired of like basically not being able to move because I'm afraid they're going to fall off, and I just would give up. But so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens this time. I just hope and pray that they will have the hypoallergenic Holter leads when I go, because I'm not getting, like, I will literally refuse to have it done without hypoallergenic ones because my reaction is so bad. So bad. It's like after 48 hours of having that on, I'm not even joking, like my skin is blistered, red, oozing. It's disgusting, and it's painful, and it itches, and it burns, and no, not looking forward to that. So there's that, and we'll see, I guess, what the results are at my cardiologist. I don't think, it's probably just going to be the usual like results that it always is. I have an irregular heartbeat. It's always there. The medication pretty much controls it, so I'm not even really worried about that. And I think the final thing is my jaw update. Yeah, so I went to see my jaw specialist about 3 weeks after he put me on naproxen. He put me on naproxen for a week. And let me tell you, that naproxen did wonders. I had no jaw pain at all that week. I did really, really well. And there goes, oh, I'm so sorry, guys. My nose is just, it's so itchy. Yeah, so it was great. That week on the naproxen was great. It worked like a charm. Then I went off of it, and this pain started to come back. And thankfully, it wasn't really too much during the day. Maybe the odd time I would get it like a little bit in the morning or a little bit in the afternoon, it would kind of disappear. It was pretty much late afternoon, early evening it would start, and it would just gradually get worse as the evening went on. So then I would take Tylenol before going to bed, but sometimes even the Tylenol wasn't helping, and I started to get headaches with it. So I told him about this, and he said, well, it's still healing, I guess. And he said, so it'll just take some time, but it sounds like it's getting better because it's only at night. It's not like you're in pain all day or whatever. So he's like, just take, try taking Advil, and you can also still take the Tylenol with that and see how that goes. So it's been a few weeks, and I really don't think this procedure worked this time, because I know the last time it was almost immediate relief after that surgery. My recovery was easier. Everything went smooth. And this time, honestly, guys, the last 2 weeks, I have been in a lot of pain. I am getting like severe headaches. Thankfully, it's not all day. Some days it is all day, but most of the time, again, it happens like late afternoon, early evening. And by the time bedtime comes around, my head is just pounding, and I have pain like here in my jaw. And it's getting to be really, really frustrating, because I really don't like the idea of taking Tylenol so much, because I know Tylenol can affect your liver. Now, I read up, I think Advil is a better choice. I believe from what I read, Advil can affect your liver. So I've kind of been taking more of Advil than Tylenol, but I still don't like the idea of having to take it so much. Like, I probably only take it once or twice a day at most, but like even right now, it's about 1:30 in the afternoon, and I'm starting to feel the headache coming on already. It's probably at about a 4 right now, and it'll just probably continue to like gradually get worse. So that's been really, really frustrating. It's, I'm still not eating 100% normal. Like, I'm still pretty much avoiding crunchy stuff. So I can't even really enjoy like raw vegetables. Like, I always used to love having veggies and dip with my lunch. I can't, like, I've been able to eat cucumber if I take the skin off and I cut it like really, really thin. And I can do lettuce because it's thin. So I can have like a cucumber and lettuce salad. And like maybe some tomato, like really chopped up well, but it's just been frustrating. I mean, I have a couple of times said the hell with it. I'm going to have a couple of crunchy things, but then I end up in even more pain. So I know I shouldn't be doing that. But it's like, how long do I have to eat like that? Like, I want to get back to eating normal. And these headaches have just been so awful. Like, and I know the headaches are coming from the jaw pain, because I can feel the jaw pain at the same time, although most of the time the headache is worse than the jaw pain itself. But it's just really, really starting to wear on me. So I don't know. I think I'm going to like maybe give it one more week of, trying to eat softer food when I can, and just trying to get more sleep and see. And I mean, if this keeps going on, I'm going to have to go back and see the jaw specialist to see what's going on. Like, I don't know, guys. I just feel like I was so optimistic because the first time I had this jaw procedure done, it was a godsend. It like completely eliminated my jaw pain. And my, you know, like I used to get headaches from my jaw pain too. And like it eliminated all of that. And so I was like, yeah, I'll do it again because it worked last time. And honestly, I'm starting to feel like this time it made things worse instead of better. So I don't know what the next step would be. If it, like, I don't know, but it's just that part is bothering me the most right now, because when you're trying to work and you're trying to get things done and your head is just pounding and pounding, it's just like you just want to lay down. So that's kind of where I'm at with everything. I don't think there's anything else I need to touch upon. That's pretty much everything going on right now. Also, one thing I forgot to mention, the Myfortic that they put me on to treat my lupus. They decided, the last time I was at the lupus clinic, they decided to increase my dose. So I was taking 1 pill twice a day. Now I'm taking 2 pills twice a day. And the reason they decided to do that is they hoped that it would A, help with my joint pains, and B, help with my lung problems so that I could hopefully get off all steroids. But so far, still on them. So anyways, guys, that's my lupus health updates, and I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it as much as you can with these kind of things. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.